Good morning, students. Today's lecture topic is on sciatic nerve. So in this topic, objectives, what we are going to learn today is about the introduction, that is what is sciatic nerve, its origin, root value, course, relations, branches, and applied anatomy. So we will see one by one. So sciatic nerve, one of the important nerve of the lower limb, a nerve of the posterior compartment of the hip and the thigh region, where you see it is the thickest nerve of the body, begins in the pelvis and terminates at the superior angle of popliteal fossa, where it divides into two branches, tibial and common peroneal nerves. These two branches will supply whole of the lower leg till the sole. So basically sciatic nerve originating in the pelvis from the lumbosacral plexus, but it will supply till the end of the sole. It is the largest branch of lumbosacral plexus. So you can see here how it is formed. It is formed by the ventral rami or anterior primary rami of L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3. So lumbar, lower two and the sacral part. All these parts, all these nerve roots, they join together and form the thick nerve, that is the sciatic nerve. So after dividing, it shows two parts. So all these two parts are the tibial nerve and a common peroneal nerve. So when the nerve is forming, originating from the lumbosacral plexus, there are ventral as well as dorsal divisions of the nerve roots. So the ventral divisions of L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3, they will form a tibial part of sciatic nerve. And the dorsal division, they will form the common peroneal part of sciatic nerve. So all this will continue after division and they carry the roots of such with them. Now, as I said, this nerve will arise in the pelvis. So in the pelvis, it lies in front of the piriformis muscle. It's one of the important key muscle of the gluteal region. So you will see a thick nerve going down from there, that is the sciatic nerve. Then it is under cover of the piriformis fascia. Then it enters down, travels down. So in the gluteal region, it passes the pelvic region through, leaving through the greater sciatic foramina. So it passes through the greater sciatic foramina below piriformis and enters into the gluteal region. Now here it lies deep to gluteus maximus muscle, crosses the superior gemellus, obturator internus muscle, inferior gemellus, quadratus femoris muscle, and then it will travel down on the back side of the thigh. So you can say the bed of sciatic nerve here is formed by, bed means on the structures through which it is traveling, is the body of ischium, obturator internus with two gemelli, quadratus femoris, and the adductor magnus muscle, the thick muscle on the back of the thigh. So here it is passing through the back of the thigh. And then at the margin, upper part of the popliteal fossa, here it will divide into tibial and common peroneal component. Now during its course, it lies between the ischial tuberosity and the greater trochanter. Ischial tuberosity here and the greater trochanter, and it will go more on a lateral side. Here it doesn't give any branches in the gluteal region. The relations of the nerve in this region are, superiorly there is a gluteus maximus. On the deeper side there is a body of ischium, obturator internus with superior and inferior gemellus, quadratus femoris, obturator externus, the capsule of hip joint and the adductor magnus muscle. Medially, there are inferior gluteal nerves and vessels. So with this relation, it will travel through this gluteal region down. Now when it enters the thigh, It enters at the lower border of gluteus maximus. Here it will lie deep to long head of biceps femoris, as you can see here. It will lie deep to long head of biceps femoris muscle, and it will be superficial to adductor magnus muscle. It will run vertically down up to the superior angle of popliteal fossa, and ideally at the junction of upper 2/3 and lower 1/3 of the thigh, it will divide into two branches. But when we do dissection, we may find variations, like there can be higher division of the nerve in the thigh, in the upper part of popliteal fossa. So you may get variations in the divisions. Here in the thigh, it is related like superficially, it is crossed by long head of biceps femoris. On deeper side, there is adductor magnus. Medially, semimembranosus, semitendinosus muscle, and laterally there is a biceps femoris muscle. After traveling through the thigh, it will, as I said, it will end by dividing into its terminal branches, that is tibial and common peroneal part. Next part is the branches of sciatic nerve. So it will give three types of branches: muscular, articular, and terminal branches. In the gluteal region, no such branches are given. The muscular branches on the back of the thigh through the tibial part of sciatic nerve is to long head of biceps femoris, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, and ischial part of adductor magnus. From the common peroneal component, it will go to short head of biceps femoris. Articular branches will be always to the joints. So here it will give to hip joint in the back of thigh. Terminal branches, two terminal branches, tibial and common peroneal parts. So here you can see it is traveling through the gluteal region, where having a tibial and common peroneal component both as a complete nerve. So here no branches in gluteal region. As it travels down, it will give muscular branches to semitendinosus, semimembranosus, long head of biceps femoris, and adductor magnus muscle, the hamstring part. Also to short head of biceps femoris from the common peroneal component. Then it will divide into two terminal branches. Applied anatomy. So sciatic nerve, as I said, arises from L4 to S3. So lumbosacral component. So there can be a pain along the distribution of the nerve starting from the lumbar region till the tip of the sole. So that will be the distribution along the root values. So this may occur because there can be any disc prolapse. So disc may compress on the nerve, and there will be shooting kind of pain, which may cause, that pain is known as sciatica pain. The pain is known as sciatica. So sciatic nerve pain along the distribution of its course, which may be due to disc prolapse, neuritis, any injury, it will cause the pain of sciatica. The nerve is also injured by penetrating wounds or by the dislocation of the hip joint. There can be motor loss, which include loss of movements of all the muscles supplied by it, that is hamstring muscles. Also along with the foot drop, as common peroneal component will be involved. Then there can be sensory loss on the back of the thigh. There can be loss of dorsiflexors, plantar flexors, everters, and muscles of sole. So any injury along the distribution of nerve will cause injury to the muscles too, which are supplied by that nerve. And this sciatic nerve is a very important nerve on the back of the thigh in the gluteal region, because this nerve will supply whole of the posterior compartment of lower limb. So here you can see, if there is injury at this level, then there will be twisting of hamstring, all the muscles which are supplied by sciatic nerve and its components till the sole. So injury to common peroneal component will cause the foot drop. So what we have learned in this lecture today is what is sciatic nerve, originating from the pelvic region with root value L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3. Its core starts from the pelvis in the gluteal region, then on the back of the thigh, then in the popliteal fossa. It will divide into two components, tibial and common peroneal component, which will supply to the anterior and posterior aspect of the leg, also to the sole. So that's all about the today's lecture. Go through the topic. Any doubts, you can contact us. Thank you.